Chosen one. The moment you've been waiting for is finally unfolding. Everything is shifting in your favor. But to step into it fully, you must leave behind what no longer serves you. Chosen one. There comes a moment in life when everything you've endured suddenly begins to make sense. When the years of waiting, the countless struggles, and the lonely nights reveal themselves not as wasted time, but as preparation. You have carried weight that others could not, endured storms that should have crushed you, and faced resistance at every step of your journey. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. This is not by accident. It is the evidence that something is shifting. It is the beginning of what you have been waiting for, the very moment when everything starts to align in ways you couldn't have imagined. You may have doubted it would ever come, but now it's here. It's finally beginning to happen. Before we dive deeper into this, I want you to pause with me. This message has found you for a reason, and I want you to hold on to it until the very end. There are insights in this message that will stir your spirit and unlock clarity in your journey, especially at the closing moments. Stay until the end, because there are words waiting for you that could change how you see everything. And as you listen, I encourage you to release your energy into the universe by writing your most sincere wishes in the comments and sealing them with the number 707. This act is more than just symbolic. It is a declaration, a vibration that sends out your alignment, your faith, and your expectation. Subscribe to stay connected to these messages of strength, because your journey is not meant to be carried alone. There is power when we move together with clarity and intention. Chosen one, understand this. Your life has not been ordinary, and neither has your path. You have felt like an outsider, like someone who doesn't fit in the molds society tries to place people in. At times, you've been misunderstood, judged, and even mocked for your choices, your beliefs, or your silence. But all of this was for a reason. It was heaven pulling you aside, shaping you in the shadows, preparing you for a season only you could walk into. Others may have seemed ahead of you, but you were being positioned differently. And that difference, the very thing that made you feel set apart, is the proof that something greater was always on its way. Think about the signs that have been appearing lately. Small shifts in your spirit, nudges in your intuition, synchronicities that keep catching your attention. These are not coincidences. These are signals. They are whispers, telling you that the season of waiting is over and the season of action is beginning. The quiet preparation you've endured is about to give way to visible manifestation. Doors you thought were permanently closed are about to open. Opportunities you thought you missed are being returned to you in better form. Relationships that drained you are being replaced with connections that uplift you. This is not random. It is orchestration. And chosen one, this is why you felt pressure increasing before this moment. It is common for storms to intensify before a breakthrough arrives. You've noticed how challenges piled up recently, how unexpected obstacles tested your patience, how people around you shifted suddenly. All of that was a final push, a last attempt by darkness to make you give up before you stepped into what was written for you. But you did not give up. You held on. And because of that, the shift is here. The beginning has arrived. This is also why you feel restless lately. There's a pull inside of you that says you cannot stay where you are. It is not dissatisfaction, it is destiny. You are being called higher, into spaces you once felt unqualified for, into opportunities that once seemed impossible. Your restlessness is proof that the old chapter is closing and a new one is being written. That feeling that something is about to happen is not imagination, it is recognition. Your spirit already knows what your mind is only now catching up to. The breakthrough has already begun. So chosen one, as you stand in this moment, remember that you are not stepping into something fragile. You are stepping into something certain. Everything you have endured was shaping you, preparing you, aligning you. The storms taught you resilience. The delays taught you patience. The betrayals taught you discernment. The loneliness taught you strength. And now, all of it is converging. The pieces are coming together. It is finally happening, and you are ready to walk into it. Chosen one. When something new begins to unfold in your life, it is not just about what you step into. It is also about what you leave behind. This is the part most people resist, because letting go can feel harder than holding on. You've carried certain people, certain habits, and even certain ways of thinking for so long that they feel like a part of you. But chosen one, the truth is this: what served you in one season cannot always follow you into the next. To embrace the new that is beginning, you must release the old that is ending. Think about the relationships you've already seen fall away. At first, it felt like loss. You questioned why they had to leave, why the connection broke, why it couldn't last. But what you didn't see at the time was that not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Some people were only meant to be chapters in your story, not the whole book. And angels have been removing what no longer aligns with your future. That friend who betrayed you, the partner who couldn't see your worth, the coworker who constantly undermined you, they were not removed to punish you, but to protect you. Because where you are going, loyalty, integrity, and authenticity are required. Chosen one, this is why it feels like your circle has gotten smaller over the years. The truth is, you cannot carry everyone with you into destiny. Some people were draining you, some were distracting you, and some were disguising themselves as support while secretly pulling you back. And heaven has been exposing them one by one. It hurt, yes, but notice how lighter you feel now. Notice how much clarity you've gained. Notice how much more peaceful your spirit has become. That's what happens when dead weight is removed. You may grieve the loss, but deep down, you know you are freer without it. But it's not just about people. It's also about old versions of yourself. The patterns that once kept you safe are now keeping you small. The beliefs that once protected you are now limiting you. The fears that once kept you cautious are now keeping you stuck. This is the season where you must leave behind those old versions of yourself. You cannot keep doubting your worth and expect to step into the fullness of your calling. You cannot keep silencing your voice and expect to walk boldly in your purpose. You cannot keep holding on to fear and expect to embrace freedom. Something has to be released so something greater can be received. Think about it. Every great transformation requires surrender. A seed must break to release its potential. A caterpillar must leave its old form behind to become a butterfly. In the same way, chosen one, you are being asked to shed what no longer serves you. That is why it feels uncomfortable. That is why it feels like everything familiar is being shaken. Because heaven is pulling you into the new, and the old cannot come with you. And chosen one, here lies the truth. Your breakthrough has already begun, but it cannot fully manifest if you are still clinging to what is behind you. That toxic relationship, that lingering bitterness, that old mindset, they are anchors. And angels are urging you to release them now. The 30 minutes you feel in your spirit, the urgency that echoes in this message, is because timing matters. You cannot delay this decision. You are being called to step forward without hesitation, to let go of what drains you, and to embrace what empowers you. This letting go will not always feel easy. It will require courage. It will require faith. But chosen one, the strength to release is already inside you. You've survived too much to be afraid of change. You've endured too much to settle for less. You've carried too much to stop now. Every time you let go of something that no longer serves you, you are making room for what is meant for you. And what is meant for you will not pass you by. So when you feel that restlessness, when you sense that certain connections are no longer right, when you notice your spirit resisting old habits, that is your signal. That is your sign. It's time to let go. Not because you're losing, but because you're gaining. Not because you're being punished, but because you're being positioned. Chosen one, What is beginning now is too important for you to stay tied to the past. This new chapter requires your full attention, your full energy, your full belief. And as you release, you will rise lighter, freer, and more aligned. The old has served its purpose. The new is calling your name. Answer it with courage. Answer it with faith. Answer it with certainty. Because the moment you let go, everything will begin to align faster than you ever thought possible. Chosen one, once you begin to release what no longer belongs to you, your vision clears. Suddenly you start noticing the signs that were always there but hidden by noise, by distractions, by attachments you weren't ready to let go of. This is how you know your new season is beginning. The universe, heaven, and the unseen all start to speak louder, confirming to you that you are on the right path. What once seemed like coincidence now feels like alignment. What once felt random now feels intentional. These synchronicities are not accidents. They are messages, markers that your breakthrough has already started. Have you noticed how certain numbers keep appearing in your life? Perhaps 1111, 333, or even 777 on clocks, receipts, or addresses. These repeating numbers are not just patterns, they are confirmations. They are reminders that you are not walking this journey alone, that everything is being aligned, and that your steps are being guided. For the chosen one, nothing is random. Every detail carries meaning, and angels use even the smallest signs to whisper to you, you're exactly where you need to be. But it's not just numbers. Pay attention to the conversations that find you. Someone speaks words that echo exactly what you've been thinking. A song comes on at the right moment with lyrics that touch your situation. A stranger says something that feels like it was meant directly for you. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. They are heaven's way of showing you that your journey is being acknowledged, that your prayers have been heard, and that what you've been waiting for is unfolding in real time. Chosen one, synchronicities also appear in the form of opportunities. Suddenly, the doors that were once shut begin to open. People you never expected to meet cross your path. Resources you thought were impossible to obtain begin to flow. The timing feels too perfect to be random, and that's because it isn't. This is how you know the shift has started. The very things that felt distant are now being drawn closer to you. Angels are arranging circumstances, moving pieces behind the scenes, ensuring that everything comes together exactly when it needs to. Even your dreams may begin to change. You might notice visions that feel more vivid, messages that feel more direct, or images that stay with you long after waking. These are not just random dream sequences. They are spiritual downloads, ways of preparing your heart for what's coming. Pay attention to them. They often reveal guidance, warnings, or encouragement that your conscious mind needs to receive. And chosen one, don't ignore how your spirit responds to these signs. Have you felt chills at the right words? Peace after a moment of doubt? Energy flowing through you when you hear something that resonates? These are confirmations too. Your body, your spirit, your environment, they all respond when you are aligned with truth. When heaven speaks, every part of you recognizes it. But here's the key. You must learn to trust these signs. Demons thrive on confusion, making you second-guess everything. They want you to dismiss synchronicities as meaningless, to ignore confirmations as coincidences, to silence the inner knowing that is guiding you. But chosen one, your intuition is one of the greatest tools you have. It is the channel through which angels communicate, through which alignment becomes visible. Trust it. The more you trust it, the clearer it becomes. This is why you've been feeling like everything is connected lately, because it is. That restlessness in your spirit, that surge of clarity, those repeating patterns, they are all working together to remind you that you are walking into something greater. The puzzle pieces that once seemed scattered are now coming together. And when you look closely, you realize that everything is happening with purpose. Chosen one, these signs are not just meant to encourage you, they are meant to prepare you. They are heaven's way of saying, stay awake, stay ready, stay aligned. Because what is beginning to unfold requires your awareness. If you ignore the signs, you might miss the timing. But if you lean into them, you will find yourself in the right place, at the right time, with the right opportunities. So the next time a synchronicity catches your attention, pause. The next time a confirmation stirs your spirit, listen. The next time your intuition whispers, follow it. Because these are the signals that the shift you've been waiting for is already here. It's not coming, it's happening. And the more you recognize it, the more powerfully it will manifest. Chosen one, now that the signs are appearing and the shift has begun, you stand at a crossroads. On one side is fear, the familiar, the comfortable, the old life that feels safe because you've known it for so long. On the other side is faith, the unknown, the untested, the calling that pulls at your spirit but terrifies your mind. And here is the truth. Stepping into what is beginning will always require courage. You cannot walk into destiny while clinging to fear. You cannot embrace the new while holding on to the old. You must make a choice, and heaven is urging you to choose boldly. Fear has always been the greatest weapon used against chosen ones. It disguises itself as logic, whispering that you're not ready. It cloaks itself as doubt, telling you that you're not worthy. It hides in comparisons, convincing you that others are better suited than you. Fear has one goal: to paralyze you before you take your first step. And yet, chosen one, the presence of fear is actually proof that you are standing at the threshold of something important. Fear shows up most fiercely right before breakthrough. It fights hardest when you are closest to stepping into destiny. This is why courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. Courage says, I feel the fear, but I will not let it stop me. Courage is the fuel that activates the protection already surrounding you. When you step out in faith, angels move faster, doors open wider, and breakthroughs accelerate. But when you stay paralyzed in fear, you delay what is already waiting for you. The choice is yours, but the window of timing is sensitive. That's why urgency echoes in your spirit right now. You are being called to act, not to wait. Chosen one, think about how many times fear has tried to hold you back in the past. How many dreams did you silence because you thought you weren't good enough? How many opportunities did you walk away from because you feared failure? How many times did you dim your own light because you didn't want others to feel uncomfortable? But despite all of that, here you are again, standing at the edge of something greater. This time, you cannot let fear win. This time, you must step forward. And here is what you must remember. You are not stepping alone. The very signs and synchronicities that have been surrounding you are proof that heaven is with you. Angels are walking ahead of you, clearing the path. Protection is already in place. Resources are already lined up. What you need will find you when you move. But none of it can manifest until you take the step. Fear says, what if I fall? Faith says, what if I fly? This is the moment to choose faith. Courage is also about releasing the fear of what others think. Chosen ones are often misunderstood because your calling doesn't look like everyone else's. People will question why you are leaving behind what looks stable. They will doubt your choices because they cannot see the vision you carry. But chosen one, you are not called to please people. You are called to follow purpose. The very ones who doubt you now will one day witness your breakthrough, and they will understand why you had to walk a different path. Don't let their voices drown out the voice of destiny. And remember, courage grows with every step. You don't have to see the entire path. You only need to take the next step. When you do, the next piece of the path will be revealed. Angels will guide you as you move. Breakthrough is built step by step, decision by decision, moment by moment. What matters is that you refuse to stay stuck. What matters is that you choose movement over paralysis, faith over fear, alignment over comfort. So, chosen one, gather yourself in this moment. Breathe deeply. Recognize the fear, but refuse to let it stop you. Step forward into what is beginning, even if your knees shake, even if your voice trembles. even if your doubts whisper. Because once you step, everything changes. Once you step, doors that seemed locked swing open. Once you step, the weight you've carried begins to lift. And once you step, you realize that fear was only an illusion, a shadow trying to block the light of your future. This is your season to be bold. This is your season to walk with courage. This is your season to declare that fear has no authority over you anymore. The shift has begun, and your courage is the key that unlocks its fullness. Step forward, chosen one. The path is already prepared for you. Chosen one. Once you make the decision to move with courage, something powerful happens inside of you. It's not just that circumstances around you begin to shift. It's that your identity begins to transform. You start to see yourself differently, not as someone who is merely surviving, but as someone who is rising. This is one of the greatest gifts of this new season. It doesn't just change your outer world, it redefines your inner world. The more you walk in what is beginning, the more you discover who you truly are. You see, chosen ones spend much of their journey doubting themselves. You've wondered if you were strong enough, worthy enough, capable enough. You've compared yourself to others, thinking they had something you lacked. But courage silences those lies. Every step you take into destiny is proof that you are more capable than you believed. Every risk you embrace is proof that you are braver than you thought. Every breakthrough you experience is proof that you are exactly who you were meant to be. This transformation begins the moment you choose faith over fear. And chosen one, as you step further into alignment, you begin to notice that the same things that once shook you no longer hold the same power. Betrayals don't break you the way they used to. Rejections don't sting as deeply. Delays don't discourage you as much. Why? Because transformation has made you stronger. The weight that used to crush you now only strengthens you. The storms that once drowned you now only push you closer to shore. You are no longer the same person who entered those battles. You are someone refined by them. Transformation also sharpens your discernment. As you grow, you no longer tolerate what drains you. You recognize patterns faster, you sense hidden motives more clearly, and you protect your energy more intentionally. This is not selfishness, it is wisdom. You realize that your destiny requires focus, and you no longer have the luxury of entertaining distractions. Angels help in this process, constantly guiding you, reminding you, and aligning you. The more you listen, the stronger your discernment becomes. But the deepest transformation is in your spirit. Chosen one, the old wounds that once defined you begin to lose their power. The shame that once weighed you down begins to lift. The fear that once haunted you begins to fade. You discover a freedom that feels unfamiliar at first, but soon becomes natural. You realize that you are not who your past said you were. You are who destiny says you are. And this realization changes everything. It changes how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you see the world, and how you step into opportunities. This is why chosen ones often glow differently when they reach this stage. People notice something has changed, even if they can't explain it. They sense your strength, your peace, your confidence. They see a light in you that wasn't as visible before. That light is the reflection of your transformation. It's the evidence that you have stepped into a higher version of yourself, one that cannot be easily shaken by circumstances or opinions. Chosen one, transformation also comes with responsibility. As your identity strengthens, your influence grows. People will begin to look to you for guidance, for hope, for inspiration. Some will even be drawn to you simply because your energy feels different. And while this may feel overwhelming, it is part of your calling. You were not chosen to hide. You were chosen to shine. Your journey was not just for you. It was also for those who will find strength in your story. And here is the truth. The transformation is only beginning. The more you continue to walk in alignment, the more layers of your old self fall away, and the more your true self emerges. This is a process, but every step is proof that you are evolving into the person you were always meant to be. You will look back one day and barely recognize the version of yourself that once doubted, feared, or hesitated, because that version will be gone, replaced by someone who is grounded, fearless, and radiant with purpose. So, chosen one, embrace this transformation fully. Don't resist it. Don't fear it. Allow yourself to shed what no longer belongs. Allow yourself to step boldly into the person you are becoming. Allow yourself to carry the light that has always been inside of you, now shining brighter than ever. Because this is the season where you don't just see change around you, you become the change itself. Chosen one, transformation within you always creates transformation around you. Once you shift internally, the external world must respond. This is when the breakthroughs you've prayed for, the opportunities you've longed for, and the blessings you've been waiting on begin to manifest in undeniable ways. What once felt distant suddenly feels within reach. What once seemed impossible begins to unfold naturally. This is not luck, it is alignment. Your courage, your release of the old, and your inner transformation have unlocked the doors that were waiting for you all along. Look closely at your life, and you'll notice the shifts. People who once ignored you are now noticing your light. Opportunities you thought were out of reach are coming to find you. Resources you never imagined having are beginning to flow into your hands. You're not chasing them. They are being drawn to you because your energy has changed. You are no longer moving in desperation but in destiny, and the universe responds differently to someone who knows who they are. This is why chosen ones often experience sudden acceleration. For years, it may have felt like nothing was happening, like every step forward was followed by 2 steps back. But now, everything begins to happen quickly. The same doors that were locked tight begin to swing wide open. The same connections that once felt distant now feel effortless. The same visions you held silently in your heart start becoming reality. When it's time, chosen one, it doesn't take long. Because heaven doesn't waste time when alignment is complete. And you will notice something else. Peace. Breakthrough isn't only about material blessings or external success. It's about the peace that settles in your spirit when you know you're finally where you're supposed to be. That restless energy that once consumed you is replaced with clarity. That fear that once paralyzed you is replaced with confidence. That confusion that once clouded your mind is replaced with direction. Peace is the greatest proof that you are in alignment with what is unfolding. But chosen one, understand this clearly. Your breakthrough is not just for you. It is for everyone connected to you. Your blessings will overflow into others' lives. Your success will inspire them to believe again. Your peace will become contagious. Your light will shine so brightly that others who are still in darkness will find the courage to step into their own destiny. This is the ripple effect of being chosen. You are blessed to be a blessing, strengthened to strengthen others, guided so you can guide. So as your breakthroughs begin to unfold, don't shrink back. Don't question if you deserve it. Don't sabotage yourself by returning to old patterns. Stand boldly in the truth that you have earned this season, that you were prepared for it, that you are ready to carry it. The doors are opening because you are strong enough to walk through them. The blessings are flowing because you are wise enough to steward them. The opportunities are aligning because you are courageous enough to embrace them. Chosen one, it's happening. You don't need to wait anymore, and you don't need to question it. The transformation within you has unlocked everything around you. The season of delay is over. The season of alignment is here. And this is only the beginning of everything that has been written for your life. Chosen one, as we come to the close of this message, let this truth sink deeply into your spirit. It has begun. The very shift you've been waiting for, the breakthrough you've been praying for, the alignment you've been sensing, it's all unfolding right now. You are no longer in the season of waiting. You are in the season of becoming. Every tear, every storm, every lonely night has been leading to this moment. And now you stand on the threshold of the life that was written for you long ago. Do not doubt what is happening.